Namaste. Welcome to Mindful Yoga Together. So today's theme is life force. So life force, we've been always working on when we do yoga. So life force is that in yoga practice, yoga philosophy, we connect with our breath. So it is called prana. Prana is basically that when we breathe in, we take oxygen into our body, into our lungs, then that's expand our lungs or, our muscle or the brain that helps to expand the lungs capacity so we can intake more oxygen, and oxygen going to the blood flow, the blood, then it's just ascending to all parts of the body and going to the hearts. Then that our body function, it's helping our body function. Then also oxygen going into our brain, right? So our brain works, our mind works. But anyway, so the life force is all over the body, different direction, going downward, however the blood flows, and any the oxygen is going into our body. That is the kind of a direction that the life force is actually active. So we have a gravity, gravity, that the earth is pulling us downward, but our strength or basically the life force is help us to upright. So that kind of a strength, and we kind of spread our arms wide so we can expand our body and feeling good and taking more oxygen. So anyway, so today we have a life forces going all direction, downward, upward, outward, inward, then all over, like where spiraling or like a kind of fuzzing or any direction. But today we focus on more outward. So imagine to expand the lungs, then using our arms to kind of reaching outward. So that kind of outreaching movement we work on, so which is called anyway. So prana vayu, it's a internal wind that is going outward. So we come on to our seated position. So however you are comfortable, then bring our index finger thumb tips together. So life force, of course, as a name, but whatever the body function, so activity, the system is to be alive. So keep our body alive. So that's the life force. So feeling that the life force, we ground ourselves here to the seat. So we are not actually collapsing our body, right? So just have a gravity, but we are not just let gravity taking our body whole. So we are against to the gravity and we lengthening our spine. Feel the top of your head reaching upward, opposite direction of down. Then feel our shoulder that pointing outward. Then feel the chest facing forward. Then feel our back. Just to be there behind the lungs. Now notice the breath. We are taking the oxygen into our body. And we breathe out. Relax the muscle, diaphragm, and we push the air out, the carbon dioxide that we don't need. And then inhaling, take the oxygen into our body, feel the lungs expand. And then exhale, relax the diaphragm and the muscles around the lungs to come out the carbon dioxide. And continue the breath in. And then exhale. And continue in and out with gratitude. Be able to breathe. And we are healthy to be able to move those muscles and activating our body to function, to be alive. And also the life force is connected to the nervous system. The neuron is sending the signal to connect to the brain. So those are network is subtle, but it's so many millions, billions, the neurons, the communication everywhere, network everywhere. That movement or sending a signal is also life force. So all activity in our body is life force. So today we are specifically working on to feel the outward moving energy or life force. So that's governed by our upper body and especially the lungs and the heart. As the arms spread wide open, we can feel the expansion of the lungs and heart. So we're going to bring awareness today in this area, upper body and arms. All right, when you are ready, reach our hands out and up. And then exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. You might bow your head and set your intention or dedication for today's practice. And then slowly open our eyes and let's come on to our back. Please lie down. Okay, lie down. Now lie down to feel our body resting on the ground. So you might spread your arms wide and palm is facing upward. You can slightly open your legs wider. Now let's together inhale, feel the expansion of the chest against the gravity. Then exhale, let the gravity take you and sink our chest belly down to the mat. Relax our body. One more time. Take a big inhale. Maybe the arms go wider and open our chest. Then exhale, let it go and drop down. All right. Then bend your right knee. Right elbow. And bring our right palm onto your chest. So we're gonna slide our right hand towards the left side, cross over the chest and to reach to the left inside of the left arm. So we want to go a little bit farther, but we need to move our legs to go farther. So right leg goes over and cross, then twist and roll on to your left side. So your right hand can go farther and reach to the left palm and feel the openness to the back of the chest. So it's upper back, the middle of the back. Then we're gonna reverse. Slide your right palm, feel the touch of the skin, then spread out to the right side and right leg goes down to the and opposite side, the left hand, bend your left elbow, palm is to the left side of the chest and slide to the right hand. The left leg goes over and cross and twist. And then we're gonna reverse and going back to the ground. So while doing this, we are opening our body. We twist and roll and release in the lower back. And I want you to feel the openness of the chest and the feeling the hands open outward. And left side, so this is the last one. So when we twist, we close our body. Then when you like go to the body to the ground, we open ourselves. Excellent. Then hug our knee to the chest. Then reach our hands up as much as you can, lift your head. Then hug ourselves. Hug our knees. Maybe chin towards your knee. Then exhale, head down to the mat. Then spread our arms wide, legs down to the mat. One more time. And bend your knees. Then reach our hands to the sky and lift our head if you can. So using our core to bring our knee towards the belly, very close. Okay, let's hug our knees and chin towards your knee. Then let go your head down to the mat, lengthen the neck. Then spread our arms wide and the legs wide. Excellent. All right. So now let's catch your right knee. Then move your right knee to the left side and we're going to twist. Then spread your hands, right hand to the side. And if you like, you might just stay here or you might move your right hand a big circle. Waking up our arm, waking up our shoulder, and opening our chest. And change the direction of the circle too. Okay, and when you are done, come back to center and switch. Hug your left knee to the chest and move your left knee to the right side. And spread your left hand to the side. And the left hand goes big circle. And change the direction. And back to center. And then you might roll back and forth, so you can roll onto one side, then come to the seat. And if you like to roll back and forth, roll back and down, and massage the back, and massage the shoulder blade. 3, 2, 1, and cross your leg and hands down to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog, or you might come to tabletop. Head relax. You might bend your knees right and left. And feel the back of the body stretches. Okay. Now when you are ready, walk our feet forward, coming to bending forward, soften your knees, round your back. You might grab your elbows, swing side to side, and feel the openness to the side of the lips. Then slowly soften your knee, round your back. Let's rise up to standing. And grounding our feet, and hands goes up and over, and catch the elbow, exhale. Then with our inhalation, we lift our elbows up. And if you like, you might lift your heels off the ground. So we work on some balance. Then inhale, lift your elbows one more time. Then exhale, heels down, bend your knees and drop your body, swing your hands down and up or side to side. One more time. Inhale, hands reach out and up and catch the elbows. Inhale, lift your elbows up. You can keep your heels down or lift it. So if you are lifted, really gathering the energy to the midline. One more breath. Inhale. Now exhale, heels down, bend your knee, drop down, and relax your arms. Okay. Then feet is wider, and we swing our hands this time. Wrap around your body. Relax your shoulder, arm. Then when your hands touch to the body, tap. So we might be tapping to the lower back, or we might be tapping to the lungs, if you like. So when your hand comes to the front, bend your elbows and tap gently to the chest. You might do exhale to twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly back to center. Whew. Okay. Okay, so now let's bring our hands to the side. So your feet is a hip distance apart, just a grounding. So however the length you like to make yourself steady. Then reach your hands to the side and palm is facing down first. Then point your, what's that called? Fingertips up. Then palm is pressing against, as if against to the wall. To the side, open your fingers wide. Then relax. Then inhale. Point your fingers up and palms press out. And then exhale, relax. One more time. So when you press your palms out, notice how your chest opens and engaging. Then exhale, relax. Last one. Open your fingers wide, press your palms out, feel the chest open. And exhale, let it go. Okay. Just relax. All right. So now palm press out. So your fingers are, you know, when you come to downward facing dog, you are pressing the palms to the ground. So that's kind of a force that we are pressing out. Then feel the energy outbursting out. Okay. So now we make a small circle with your wrist or palms. So I am making like moving forward, then backward, pressing the palms out, then out or forward and back and forward and out and release. Excellent. And interlace your fingers. Then just relax your wrist, just moving right side and left. Hopefully you can see this. So just I'm doing just a shaking and relaxing. Okay, then just keep interlacing your fingers. Inhale, palms up. Then on our exhalation, soften your knees, drop, and just swing. One more time. Interlace your fingers and hands goes up. Then exhale, soften your knees, just drop your hands. Okay. So we're gonna come to the front of the mat, but I am bringing the two blocks side by side, right and left, at the front of my mat. And feet is together, standing. So always I mention about how we stand. So when we stand the feet together, we are equally balanced. So balanced different direction that we are sending the energy or life force. So grounding, of course, there's a gravity. So we against the gravity and we stand. So that's upward. So feel the spine lengthening and top of your head goes up. Then we gather the energy to the midline like a legs or the glute or tucking your navel in to kind of really hug yourself to the center. So you know there is a center axis or a center line in the middle of the body. Then feel the expansion of the chest. And especially that's important for today. Then the shoulder is pointing outward. Okay, then we are here. And palms together to heart center. Let's do some salutation sequence of the poses with the breath. So today we want to feel the inhalation really coming into our body and feel the oxygen traveling through the body. Let's together. Inhale, hands reach out and up, and palms together and maybe gaze up. Then on our exhalation, bend forward, and maybe you can use the block or maybe not. Inhale, half and lift the top of your head forward. And then exhale, we step back. Hands come to the mat. And maybe plank pose, or you can bring your knee down like a tabletop. And feel the openness of the fingers and planting down to the mat. That helps to engage our arms and the shoulders. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, bend your elbow, belly down to the mat. Now point your toes. Then inhale, cobra. Use your hands' strength to lift our chest forward. Relax our shoulder, lengthen the neck. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, hips high. And feel the length of the body, especially at the back of the body. So this is a great pose to strengthen the arms and the shoulders, upper back. The back. Okay. And then inhale, look forward and step between our hands. Inhale, half and left. Then exhale, bend forward and relax your head. Then when you come up, we ground our feet and legs together, gathering energy to the midline so that we can reach up and also open our chest. Exhale, palms together to heart center. So a little bit different this time. Inhale, hands reach out and up. Exhale, bend forward. Maybe hands come to the block. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, right leg goes back. Right leg. Then you might bring your right knee down to the mat. So I'm using a block side by side. Make sure your the left knee is over the left foot. All right. So if you are lifting the knees, that is good. And if you are bringing the knee down, that's good too. All right. The right hand down and left hand to the sky. Twist. Then gradually moving your left arm, touch to the left ear maybe. And feel the length of the rib cage, especially left side. One more breath. And then exhale, release. Bring your hands down to the mat. We step back. So either downward facing dog or just be in the tabletop or plank pose and go through vinyasa. Or you can just rest in a child, downward facing dog or tabletop. Okay, let's take a big inhale. Feel the expansion of the chest. Then exhale, let it go. One more time, take a big inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Then inhale, look forward. Then walk towards our hand. Again, you can use a block. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, the other side, the left leg goes back. Then you might bring your left knee down or you can keep your left knee up. Then checking our knee over the foot. If not, you might move your foot forward a little bit more and feel the legs opening. Either knee down or knee up. Left hand down, right hand to the sky, and we twist. Then gradually bringing your right arm touch to the right ear. Then find the expansion of the right side of the body, especially the rib cage. One more breath. I'm gonna exhale, release. Our hands come to the ground. Then step back, plank pose or downward facing dog. You can be in child pose. And if you are plank pose, go through vinyasa. And stay there. Sorry. Okay. The next inhalation, we look forward. And then exhale, walk towards your head. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, bend forward. Now we're gonna come up. Inhale, hands reach out and up. Feel the expansion of the chest. Exhale, palms together to heart center. Okay, let's continue. Inhale, hands reach out and up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, you can step back to plank pose or downward facing dog. Stay there or go through vinyasa. Also, you can do just like I'm showing the example with the block. So plank and chaturanga and upward facing dog. Then you can do downward facing dog with the block if your list is. So when my list is not good, means like I'm not so comfortable doing. I don't want to use the list much, then I use the block. Okay, so next inhalation, we come up to downward facing dog if you are not. Then inhale, right leg up. Then exhale, step forward between our hands. And we come to warrior two. Left heel down, left hand back, right hand forward. So today our focus is this, the arm expansion of our chest. All right, so we are warrior two pose, shoulder over the hip. Yuri-san, bring your feet a little bit more apart. Yeah, so your knee over the ankle. Then shoulder over the hip. So pull, Yuri-san, pull your left hand back, other way. Yes, very good. Then inhale, open. Then exhale, elbow to the knee. Then left hand goes over the head. Okay. Lengthening. Planting our back heel. And I feel the expansion, rib cage. Feel that. One more breath. Then inhale, stretch your leg and scoop your right hand up and over and looking up. So now this side of the chest open, right side. One more breath. Then exhale. We release our hands and bring your left foot a little bit closer. Then grounding our left foot down and hands to the side. Triangle pose. Then move our right hand forward. Then push your left hip to the back. Then keep going. Then when the torso doesn't go anymore, keep the torso there, right hand, right leg, and left hand to the sky. You might just stay here, or you can slide your right hand towards the ankle, or you can use the block. And keep breathing. And top of your head reaching forward, Cindy. Yeah, top of your head reaching forward. Yes. All right. Then bend your front knee. We come up. Then briefly warrior two and rainbow circle your hands down to the mat. And we step back. Downward facing dog or plank or chaturanga, upward facing dog. Go through vinyasa. So when we want to increase the life force, actually moving our body, and especially the aerobics exercise, or we use the breath. It's so funny to say the aerobic exercise that yoga is, but yeah, activating or moving the whole body, that actually helps to activate the life force or vitality. Okay, the other side, left leg up, then step forward, then we come up. So when you come up, actually helps to use the block. And warrior two. So we are checking first, your left toe, left toe, left knee goes same direction. And so if you have a shorter stance, then your knee is too forward. So you want to have a nice big stance to protect your knees. Then shoulder over the hip. So your pelvis is kind of facing to the side. Then spreading our arms wide, front and back, to expand our chest as much as you can. Looks good. Feel the openness of the hip joint. One more breath. Then exhale, elbow to the knee, right hand goes over. So as you move your right arm over, just notice how your body activates or the opens. One more breath. Then inhale, release our hands and stretch your leg and reach your left hand up and over. So now we are opening the left side of the body. And especially the rib cage, notice the rib cage. Then let's release our hands. So we're gonna bring our feet a little bit closer for that triangle pose. Then plant your right foot down. Make sure your left toe is pointing forward and left hand goes to that direction as well. Then plant your right foot. The left hand goes forward. Keep our torso over the leg. Then keep going. Then when your torso doesn't go anymore, just keep the torso there, no forcing. Left hand, left leg, right hand to the sky. And you might just be here. Don't drop your head. So your head, yeah, the neck is the extension of the spine. Very good. And keep breathing and sending the oxygen into our body. Last breath. Okay, bend your front knee, rising. Then rainbow circle your hands to bring ourselves to the mat. You can bring your knee down, or you can be in a plank pose and go through vinyasa, or you can rest in a child pose or downward facing dog. And wherever you are, downward facing dog or child pose, let's together big inhale. And open your mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Then inhale, looking forward. Then exhale, let's step forward. Feet is together. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, bend forward. Then inhale, we rise. Hands reach out and up. Exhale, palms together to heart center. All right. So now we're going to come to the ground, but let's see. How shall we come to the ground? So I will bring the block to my hand or longer side of the mat. So whichever it is that's convenient for you, and face to the longer side of the mat. Then we're going to gradually bringing our feet apart. So ideally, it says that, the hands down, there is the feet, but wherever it is for you. Then your toes are pointing forward parallel, or you can bring it like a pigeon toe, which is toes a little bit in. Then hands on your hip, inhale, looking upward. Then on our exhalation, soften your knees, bend forward. You can use the block to rest your hands on the block, or if your hand come all the way down to the mat, that's good too. And bending forward. Also, you can do many things while we are in this pose. You can relax the forehead on the forehead. Relax the head on the block, sorry. So if you don't reach it, you can stack the block, 2 block, or you might be just need 1 block. Then if this is available to you, maybe grab your feet from outside. Or you can just let go the hands wherever it is resting. One more breath. So in this pose, we are grounding the feet and we feel the gravity a lot in this pose. But we tuck our navel and lift our sacrum upward. Okay. Now with our inhalation, we lift our head slowly upward. And then exhale, we're going to bring our heels in, toes in, heels in, gradually bringing our feet together or closer, and we sit down. Okay, so now we are on our knees. And the hands, or you can use the block without. tabletop. Now inhale, right hand up and open. And on our exhalation, we're gonna bring our right hand around. Right, round our back and right hand under the. Then reach into the left. But we're gonna do one more time. Inhale, right hand up, feel the chest opening, using our hands to feel the expansion. Then exhale, round. Then now, right shoulder, ear to the mat. Then temple bone, the side of the head down to the mat. Twist. Then left hand reach forward, touch to the mat. So as you reach your left hand forward, feel the openness to the left side of the lungs or the rib cage. You can keep your left knee down, or you can lift your leg, left toe touching to the ground. Also, you can bring your left leg to the side. And feel the openness to the back between the shoulder blade that expands. Okay, if you're lifting the leg, bring your knee down to the mat. Then left hand come closer and lift yourself up. One more time, right hand to the sky. Okay, then down, other side. So we're gonna do 2 times. Left hand up and find the openness of the chest. And then lounge your back, really collapse the chest. And then one more time, inhale, expand, open. And exhale, round. Okay, so your left side of the shoulder come to the mat. Twisting. Make sure the side of the head resting. Relax your jaw. Then right hand reach forward and expand the side of the chest. Twisting. You might stay here, or you might lift your knee. You might lift your leg. Okay. Then gradually, we're gonna come down if you are lifting the leg. Then right hand come close to the face and support to lift. Then one more time, left hand up and open the chest. And then exhale, release. Excellent. All right. Let's come on to your belly first. So I walk my hands a little bit forward and belly to the mat. Then belly to the mat and come onto your side. So for me, I am coming on my left side down. So left hand is cuddle my head and lengthen the side of the neck. So using your hands to kind of stretch in the neck. Then your right hand is front of you to kind of a balance. Then stack your right leg over the left, then lift your right leg up. Then actually extend and rotating your legs so your toes pointing out. Then you might catch the toes and lift our leg. Then gradually lower down to the mat. Okay, so now bring our right knee bend and right foot come onto the mat. And your right hand maybe catch to that right heel or right toe. Maybe So you can keep your right foot down, or you can catch the right ankle or right toe and pull it backward. Does that make sense? Yeah. But if you like to just rest your foot down and reaching towards it, so we open the front of the body and opening our shoulder. Okay, then release. Other side. Roll onto the other way. Right hand come to cuddle my right side of the head. Then left leg over the right. Then lift our left leg up. Then external rotation, so your toes pointing outward, upward. Then catching the toes maybe. Then slowly release. Then bend your knee. You can bring your foot down all the way, finding an openness to the front of the hip and chest. Maybe reaching your hands towards the heel, or you can catch the ankle and kicking back. This is a great stretch for the hip flexor and a quad. Okay, then release. Then bring our palms under the shoulder, so on your belly. Then inhale, cobra, chest open forward. Then exhale, pull your hips back to child pose. And lengthen the back of the body. Then spread our hands forward. And slowly rising up. Okay, so now we're gonna go on our back. Block. Oh, I forgot to use the belt today, but let's come down. Let's come onto our back. Then one block under your hips and legs goes up. And just relax your ankles and pointing the toes. So if you don't have a block, you can bring your hands under your hips and just lift your legs. Then point your toes and open our legs. Okay. And open our legs and close. You can notice how your chest is right now. Don't collapse your chest. Okay, then release. Bend your knees. Plant your both feet down to the mat. All right, support the bridge pose. So actually you can keep this height of the block, or you can change the block to the second height. And make sure your lower back is happy. Means you might move your shoulder blade away from the block so you don't pinch the lower back. Now when you settle at the block, just relax there. Then feel the openness to the chest. You can bring your hands by your side or hands open wide. And if you are comfortable, you can straighten one leg, only one leg each time. Make sure your lower back is happy. So I am making sure that I have a nice distance from the block so I can lengthen the lower back. Then we do switch the leg. So we are stretching the hip flexor or the quad. Let's do one more each time. Stretch your leg. Now as you stretch the front of the leg, we are stretching all the way. The chest. From the chest to all the way to the toes. Then release. Plant your feet. Then lift your hips up and let go the block. Then bring the hips down to the mat. Happy baby. Open our legs wide. And catch your feet. And roll side to side. If you like, you can stay there too. Okay. Then cross your leg right over the left leg. And bring your knee to the right side. Twist. Then spread our arms wide and feel the openness to the chest. And switch. Left over the right leg. And knee to the left side and twist. And spread our hands wide and open. Then come to center. And hug your knees. Then gradually roll onto one side. And then come to the seat. So use the two block. It's a supported fish. So if you have a not so comfortable lower back to stay long, you can just do short time. But make sure your lower back is happy. Legs straight, hips down. So the block is coming between your shoulder blade. So it's a upper back or it's not the actual middle of the back. And then if you have a not so comfortable lower back or you don't feel comfortable, you can try to see you can bring your hips away from the block. And then lie down. Then second block come to the head like a pillow. Then spread your arms wide. Then in this position, notice the breath, especially the inhalation, feel the expansion. And the expansion is up to the fingertip. It's not only the lungs or chest, but feel the openness to the arms. Inner arm opens. Palm is facing upward. Keep length in the lower back. You can also reaching your legs back opposite direction of your chest. So being here, but the awareness is kind of expanding outward, not only your upper body, but your lower body is also kind of moving the legs away from the chest. So your toes moving outward, downward. Downward means like a leg side, downward. And if you have enough, you can lower yourself down. Lower yourself to the side and coming down. If you're okay, maybe a few more rounds of the breath, expanding. All right. Now let's slowly roll onto one side and away from the block and let go the block. And then hug your knee to the chest. So if this is available to you, you can be just hug your knees, or you can also hug your legs. You can stretch your leg. And if you like, you can bring your head towards your leg, or you can bring yourself knee to the chest, or you can rest your head down. There are so many ways. And before coming to Shavasana, so you are welcome to come to Shavasana now, or you can lift your hips up and hands at your lower back and the toes over the head, and releasing the spine, flexing the spine, bending forward. And everybody comes to Shavasana. Lie down to the mat. Relax your body onto the ground. If you can, you might spread yourself wide, expanding. And noticing the breath. We are taking oxygen into our body, to our system, the blood, lungs, every part of the lungs, the heart, to the brain. Let your body rest. Gently bring our awareness to the toes and fingers. And feel the chest expand. And as you exhale, feel the body relax. And bring our hands reach over the head. Let's stretch from toes to fingertips. Let's together big inhale, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, let it go. Exhale. Bring your knee to the chest, give a nice hug to yourself. Thanks to our body, mind, and heart, what we have today. And roll on to one side. So today we worked on the outflowing of energy, or we pay attention to the breath and prana life force. So today's outward going energy flow helps to improve the symptom like a depression. It's bring us joy, an optimistic feeling or emotions, and lightheartedness. It's totally bringing our spirit up. And gradually bring yourself up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed. And let's together big inhale, hands reach up to the sky. And exhale, bring our palms together to heart center, Anjali Mudra, gesture of gratitude. Gratitude to this moment and this space that we are able to practice yoga together, and appreciating our health and strength that we have. And let us continue, hold the gratitude and continue our life. Thank you very much for letting me guide us through your practice. Namaste.